What if I told you that the outcome of their fight was not what anyone expected? What if I told you that the underdog came out on top, leaving the entire world stunned and scrambling to make sense of what happened? This is the story of Jake Paul, the social media sensation who shocked the world by defeating a seasoned MMA fighter. Join us as we dive deep into the minds of these two warriors, exploring their motivations, their strengths, and their weaknesses. And more importantly, as we ask the question on everyone's mind, what if Jake Paul won? If you don't want to miss a bit of the amazing content we drop here, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to be among the first set of people that get to see our mind-blowing videos. As the audience, it's understandable if you have lost track of time, but it's truly unbelievable that the feud between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury has been brewing for 2 long years. And Tommy emerged victorious against Taylor. Tensions came to a head when the two fighters met in the locker room, resulting in a heated confrontation. Adding fuel to the fire, Jake's brother hurled offensive insults at Tommy. In the weeks that followed, Tommy was unwilling to accept his defeat and threw down the gauntlet, challenging Jake Paul to a fight. After several months, Jake Paul finally accepted the challenge, even though a series of events kept pushing this stipulated fight. To further worsen the situation and intensify the tension, during a press conference, Tyson Fury, the brother of Tommy Fury, and John Fury, his father, publicly declared their allegiance to Tommy. While Jake Paul was not physically present, he was visually present through a remote connection, and a heated argument ensued. Despite efforts to maintain decorum, Jake's inability to restrain himself led him to hurl insults at all members of the Fury family. This incident generated a big amount of response and attention from the public, with a significant amount of people rebuking Jake for insulting the family. In addition, the fight took on an added dimension when, during the press conference, Paul proposed a double-or-nothing wager with Fury. According to the terms, if Paul were to lose, he would hand over all his earnings to Fury, but if he won, he would take all the money for himself. While Fury didn't explicitly agree to the bet, his trainer and father John seemed to be on board with it. On February 26, 2023, boxing fans from all over the world tuned in to watch the highly anticipated fight between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury at the Diriyah Arena in Saudi Arabia. The fight was billed as the truth, and it certainly lived up to the hype. The two had been going back and forth on social media for months, making this fight one of the most talked about events in the boxing world. Now let's talk about the fight itself. In a tense and closely contested bout, Tommy Fury emerged as the winner, defeating Jake Paul by a split decision. Fury's technical skill and experience proved to be too much for Paul, who struggled to keep up with his opponent's quick footwork and precise punches. Despite the loss, Jake Paul put up a valiant effort and proved that he is a legitimate boxer capable of competing at the highest level. His determination and dedication to the sport have earned him the respect of many in the boxing community, and it's believed that he will undoubtedly be back in the ring soon. As for Tommy Fury, this victory marked a significant milestone in his boxing career, and it will be interesting to see what the future holds for him. With a perfect record of 8-0, he is quickly becoming one of the most promising young boxers in the sport, and many fans are eagerly awaiting his next fight. But what if Jake Paul won? Sunday's win could have been the tipping point for those who were previously just interested in boxing to finally step into a gym and try on the gloves. Perhaps even those who once aspired to be the next Jake Paul would have reconsidered and decided to pursue boxing instead. If Paul had won against Tommy Fury, he would have received an estimated payout of $3.2 million, which is more than double what he earned in his previous fight against Nate Robinson. In addition to this, Paul would have earned a share of 65% of the pay-per-view profits, bringing his total potential earnings from the fight to $8.6 million. This would have been a significant increase in earnings compared to his previous fights, where he earned $2 million for his fight against Tyron Woodley, $1.5 million for his fight against Anderson Silva, and $1.2 million for his fight against Nate Robinson. Huge, right? In addition to that, WBC President Mauricio Suleiman had promised to grant him a spot in the organization's top 40. If Jake Paul had been granted that spot, it would have provided him with a significant boost in his boxing career. Being excluded from the top 40 would have given him greater exposure to boxing fans and could have led to more high-profile fights against other ranked opponents. Additionally, being associated with a major boxing organization like the WBC could have increased his credibility as a boxer and opened up opportunities for endorsement deals and sponsorships. However, he would still have to wait to compete for a world title, as fighters are only eligible if they are ranked in the top 15. Although now that he lost, it seems he has a considerable distance to cover before he can contend for a championship. Regardless, with grace and admiration, Jake Paul acknowledged the victory of his opponent, Tommy Fury, stating,
"No, all respect to Tommy, he won."
Rather than focusing solely on his wins, he humbly asked to be evaluated based on his losses, recognizing the importance of learning from his mistakes. Despite the outcome, Jake expressed his desire for a rematch, confident that he will come back stronger. Reflecting on their intense battle, he acknowledged its greatness and closeness, although he remained uncertain about the judge's decision. What are your thoughts on this issue? Are you eagerly anticipating their next matchup? And do you believe that Jake Paul will rise to the occasion? Share your opinions in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching.